What's good? What's good? What I do, YouTube? It's your boy Jalen here. Today, I'm here with another episode of What I Think. Today, we are talking about Last of Us on HBO Max. I just watched the episode, I think, yesterday. Real good episode. I enjoyed it. If you don't know about Last of Us is a PS3 game that was originally on, PS3. That was kind of stupid. Stupid! Like what I was saying, Last of Us was originally on PS3 and remastered twice for both PS4 and PS5 with enhanced graphics and gameplay. Developed by Naughty Dog. I still can't believe they remastered that game twice. And they want $70 for the PS5 remaster. That's here nor there. Today we are talking about the HBO Max show. The HBO Max show episode was an hour and 30 minutes long. It was a good episode. I enjoyed it. I took a couple notes, you know what I'm saying? A couple things wrote down, you know what I'm saying, that we will be getting into here soon. Like, there was just a lot. It was a long episode for one. It was a long episode, but they covered a lot, and I like how much they covered. For their first episode, they covered exactly everything they needed to. It felt like the first part of the game, like where you started, and this is where, like, if you were to play the game, and you were like, we got here, this is a good stopping point. That was how it felt watching the show. It was like, this is actually a good stopping point in the show, and this is about this good stopping point in the game too. You feel me? But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this list. We're gonna start with pros. There's not really too many pros or cons with this because it is only first episode. But with pros on my list, very early I enjoyed the gift giving scene. Like they came back and did that perfectly. They had a lot of game original scenes adapted damn near perfectly. Like, I couldn't be mad at what they did. Like, what they did in there was good, really good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed their game original scenes. There was a couple that it was like, this is not how that went down in the game, but it's like it's cool because it gave the same concept. It gave the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't really be too mad at it. It was the same watch gift at that. That was another thing. Their show gives way more depth to their world. Like, the show is helping expand their world building a little bit more, which is really good, especially for a game that's so stagnant and just following Joel and Ellie. You get to see a lot more of what goes on outside of them and what goes on with the world a little bit. Well, you don't get to see a lot more, but you do get to see a little bit more with what they do, because it's like, we know what Joel and Ellie went through. We know what Joel and Tess went through. Now we got to see what's going on with everything else. We're getting to see a little bit more of how everybody else is reacting to this mess. Like, when she went to go get Joel's watch fixed, you see the shop clerks, I want to say his wife or girlfriend or something, she closes down the shop immediately because of the news and what they're saying on there. Like, you get to see people get scared, like, other than just Joel and his daughter Sarah. It was good to see. I enjoyed it. I liked seeing what was going on with other people, not just what was going on with Joel. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much all I got on the pros. Let's talk about some cons. When the show opens up, they take like a solid 5 to 7 minutes with this show. It's there's a host. There's two hosts and they're talking. No, there's a host and there's two scientists and that he's talking to, and they open up with one of the scientists having this whole long drawn out speech about parasites expanding and mutating, and it's like most of the people that came here because they knew what was going on. This long drawn out speech is okay if this was a show in its own thing, but most people already know what's going on. We've known what's going on for like since 2013. You know what I'm saying? This long drawn out speech was not needed. That was just a con for me. I don't know if anybody else felt it as a con, but it's like, it it was like this is a long opener, and for people who do know the game, that they're gonna. I'm pretty sure there's a couple people that tapped in and it's just like we're gonna skip through this, like just kept skipping. Like it's like you could skip and for like 5 times and it's like he's still talking, and that's what was throwing me off. What else we got on the cons list? A lot of the characters do not look like their game original. I think about the closest character that you look at and see that looks like their game original was Marlene. Marlene looked somewhat like her original. Dark skin, hair tied back, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I can't really say there was too much that I really had a problem with. It is only first episode. I'm excited to see where this show goes because they could mess this up still. It's still early. But we got a good opener. And I'll say that's something to see, especially with these live action. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, this has been what I think about Last of Us, HBO Max. I hope you guys come back to see other things about what I think. Go check out my last video. Go check out my gaming channel. That'll be down in the description. And I will see you guys in the next one. Jalen out.